Following a stellar performance in that 2-0 victory over Arsenal in the first official pre-season tour game, Manchester United manager Erik ten Hag has got better ideas of what he wants to do in terms of players to be signed and those to be let go of. Welcome to the Hotspot. My name is Webb and it's a morning news update concerning Manchester United, and I'll quickly give it to you now. The latest that is coming through has been confirmed by Fabrizio Romano is that Erik ten Hag is interested in going into negotiations for Sofyan Amrabat after seeing what happened in that game against Arsenal and how United could be exposed in case Casemiro is not there. It is now clear, like day and night, that Manchester United does need a serious backup for Casemiro. So whereas Maino did come play the first half and was fairly impressive, Manchester United are not convinced that he's the one to back up a senior player like Casemiro. So the news we are getting today is that United have not yet tabled a bid for Sofyan Amrabat, but are interested in going into negotiations very soon for the Moroccan international. According to what we know, it is that Fiorentina do want about 30 to 35 million pounds for him. United are hoping they can talk them down to about 20 to 25 million pounds, but he's not a player they feel they should have a lot of trouble signing, also given the fact that Amrabat himself is interested in Manchester United, having said yes on the player's side with Manchester United in terms of personal terms. So United are hoping that they will be able to get the funds to proceed and bid for Sofyan Amrabat. He's an important player. He will be an important addition this summer, and that is why after getting a striker, they do want to focus on him. Now, do remember that Manchester United's focus for now, so far, is on getting a striker, and Rasmus Højlund is one of those they are looking at as a top option. So the confidence United has got right now is the belief is that United will be able to sell Fred, and they raise some money from the sale of Fred. They also believe they will be able to get some money from the likes of Dean Henderson, who, as it looks, seems to be going on loan at Nottingham Forest, but the same Nottingham Forest has already committed about 15 million pounds for Anthony Elanga, who is believed to be set for a medical on Monday. So United are looking to collect a couple of million pounds from different players, from the sale of different players from different positions. So they do hope that they will be able to get the money to buy the players they do want. Now, still speaking of money that United is looking to get, it is also believed that Manchester United are still open to offers for Jadon Sancho, despite what looked like a brilliant performance as he scored that one goal in the Man United 2-0 victory over Arsenal. It is believed that Sancho is still a player United are open to selling, and they also know they will not get the money they bought for him, about 73 million pounds, but they do believe if anyone gives them about 45 to 50 million, they could be open to a sale, as they do want to desperately raise money to sort the key positions they are struggling with. Obviously, after seeing how United performed against Arsenal, you clearly, I think the positive from that game, besides the win itself, is the fact that United looked like they had a proper way of playing. They had a proper way of trying to build up to their goals, and that was quite important. Is it the personnel Erik ten Hag would have loved to execute it in the positions they were in? Obviously not. I don't think Erik ten Hag would want to start the season with Jadon Sancho playing as a false nine, and that is why he believes probably if he gets the right striker for him, certainly his plan will be executed a lot better. So Man United are still insistent on getting Rasmus Højlund, who is valued at about 60 to 70 million euros, but has also attracted the attention of Paris Saint-Germain. So we are expecting that when the confirmation of Anthony Elanga being bought is done, the expectation is that Manchester United can proceed now and bid for Rasmus Højlund, because we don't expect this coming week that has started today to end without Manchester United tabling a bid for Rasmus Højlund. In fact, it is believed that Rasmus Højlund is already prepared to say his goodbyes to his fellow players at Inter Milan, according to reports that came through from Italy throughout the weekend from Friday. So I think United, the move for Rasmus Højlund to United is quite ripe, whereas the official bid has not been made. Certainly we know that United has been in contact with Atalanta, and Atalanta have an idea of how much Manchester United could be able to table come this week, of course, when they do finally have a bid done and prepared to go and attack the player. So as it is now, the priority, yes, is on Rasmus Højlund, but there is also belief from inside the club that perhaps United is about 60% close to Rasmus Højlund. There is a confidence they have in the bid they are preparing, and whereas the valuation of the player is a bit high from Atalanta, the talks that are going on, the verbal conversations that have been held between the club, the two clubs, Atalanta and Man United, have been positive, and they do believe it won't take long for them to reach a level ground, and perhaps Rasmus Højlund will be able to join the team in the United States. Remember, from New York, now the team is proceeding to Los Angeles next for their next, of course, part of the tour. Will be playing against Real Madrid and Borussia Dortmund, of course, later on. So it's important that this tour ends with at least, does not end rather, before a striker in Rasmus Højlund does join the team for preparation. So that's a bit of where the transfer situation is at concerning Manchester United. Now, we expect some major updates to come through this week that has just started today, but do expect one from a striker, Rasmus Højlund, but also Sofyan Amrabat is top on the agenda. There are no official bids tabled for Sofyan Amrabat, but United want to enter negotiations. Now, before you table an official bid, you first have to, you're always first going to have verbal talks and negotiations with the club, with the club you want to buy from. So that is where United wants to go into. They are done with the players' side. They want to enter into negotiations with Fiorentina, who expect about 30 to 35 million pounds for Sofyan Amrabat. Again, that's a Manchester United transfer talk for you. Now, the takeover. Avram Glazer was at the game at the MetLife Stadium last night as Manchester United, or this morning, as Manchester United was beating Arsenal. And of course, his body language clearly showing that he's not confident in his seat as one of the top guys at Manchester United, the owners of the club. It shows you perhaps that maybe these guys are left despondent, they are dejected, they do know they are not exactly loved, and you wonder why on earth someone would cling on to something as a treasure like a football club when the fans of the club don't want you around. Well, for the Glazers, you can expect anything. You cannot be surprised at how their lack of shame and lack of concern at all. They have never been concerned and bothered by what the fans think. That's why they were there. They attended, I think, Avram Glazer and the wife attended the training in the US before that game against Arsenal, and then Avram was seen walking out of the MetLife after that game against Arsenal, and looking the other side and trying to hide in a cape. So they are certainly not happy, and they will know, and perhaps that's what people want to see. We don't want them to feel happy at United, otherwise they will not proceed and sell. So the takeover is still there. We are still waiting to hear from them. We know that what we know, and I've told you this before, is that the takeover situation now is at the point of trying to vet the new owner, Sheikh Jassim, going through the Premier League club owners and directors test. That is where we expect them to be at. But in terms of getting unofficial communication from the Glazers, they don't seem to be in a rush to give us that. And if they are coming out to confidently watch preseason games, of course, this was in their own country, the US, an easier one for them to watch. But again, that is exactly the update people would be expecting, that the Glazers are leaving Man United and they don't want to see them watching our preseason tour games. But Avram Glazer was there for that game against Arsenal. But that's where we are, guys. This is a morning update concerning the Manchester United situation. But what you should expect this week, as I wrap it up, expect Anthony Elanga to go for a medical at Nottingham Forest. An update on Dean Henderson, who could be joining Elanga but on loan at Nottingham Forest. Alex Telles will be done as an Al Nassr player. We should expect a bid for Fred, because Manchester United are convinced that Fred is going to be sold. That is why he's being left out of the squad for all the squads for these pre-season games. Then expect United to table a bid for Rasmus Højlund. It is going to come in imminently. It should be expected through, I think, by tomorrow or latest Tuesday or tomorrow evening. We should be seeing a bid tabled to Atalanta. And also later on in the week, at the tail end of the week, expect an update concerning Sofyan Amrabat. All those will be coming here on the Hotspot. My name is Webb. It's a good Sunday morning. I hope you're blessed. Catch you later.